Rugby! The Six Nations has been on holiday for a week. That means there's been no rugby at all. Zip, nada, nix. With that in mind, let's go over the Six Nations as it currently stands. And in danger of being sentimental, we'll look back at the previous rounds and reminisce. Standings. The table is thus. Looks thus. Thus, the table. Currently, France leads the way after beating poor old Italy and rich young Ireland. They remain the only unbeaten team, but both their games have been played in a little town called Paris. Next are England and Ireland, both having won one home game and lost one away game. England are above Ireland because they have the better points difference, something I will not explain ever. Below that, Scotland and Wales, also both having won a home game and lost an away game. They just didn't pick up the bonus points and don't have the points difference of the other two sides. Italy is last, with no wins and a minus 60 points difference. It is going bad. But what's the actual form? What kind of weirdo listens to tables though? As a Lions fan, I've learned to ignore any and all tables for mental health reasons. In that vein, who are the real form teams in the Six Nations? What are the actual standings? It's France. France are the form team. They beat Ireland with more than just jazz hands. They had a real thought-out choreographed dance that they beat a very good Irish side with. The second best team though are not England, as this false prophet would have you believe. It is Ireland, and they should be able to beat every other team in this competition, home and away. I think Scotland are the third best though, based on the teams they've played, their results against those teams, and because I can say whatever the hell I want with no repercussions. So there, got a little mean there. England are fourth though, because they lost to Scotland. Wales are fifth because they beat Scotland, but only by this much, and it was at home. Last, Italy. Here the table tells no lies. The form players. We know where the teams stand now, but who have been the form players for each team? Let's find out, even for Italy. From Le Bleu, I'm gonna be funny and say it's been Melvin Jaminet. Yep, in Jaminet, France have their very own Percy Montgomery, a very accurate goal kicker at fullback. Something that's quite underrated, I think. If you can take the goal kicking pressure off of your fly-off, why wouldn't you? It kind of frees up their game and makes them more dangerous. It also takes the fans off of their back, which is a good thing. For Ireland, it's been Mac Hansen. Few people have had a debut like this guy. He's good in the air, a pretty good defender, and a great attacker. And that hair, man, God level. Scotland has Darcy Graham. And by the way he plays, you'd think he was 6'5" and 110 kgs made of granite. But he's not. He's only a teeny fellow. A lightning quick little hedgehog, embarrassing defenders out wide. And up the middle. Marcus Smith. He's the equal points leader with Jaminet, but he's done it in a much sexier way with tries and conversions and penalties. The hype is major, but there is truth to it. Wales. Who could be the form player for a team that only has injured players? Well, you make a new one in Tame Basham. He's been tackling like crazy, carrying well, he scored a gimme try, and he's just a good young boy. Finally, Italy. They have had a proper Italian campaign so far. But at least they have Federico Ruzza. The lock and crazy eye-haver hasn't missed a single tackle the entire campaign, and he's taken the most line-out ball of anyone in the Six Nations. So, pretty handy. My form, or husk more like it. My predictions have been going terribly. I thought Ireland would be untouchable, but France touched them right up. I predicted that Woki would be clearly the best, and he's been good, but not Aldrich good. I have been pretty correct about Italy though, but who hasn't? Totally wrong about England, but it does seem like they are trying to build a squad before next year's World Cup. Spooky. Wales haven't managed to get a single opposing player red carded, and some of their players are coming back from injury already, so it's all looking up, which is not what I predicted. Scotland. What the hell did I say about Scotland? Oh, they haven't played Ireland yet, so my prediction still has a chance. And they had 6 injuries in their last game, so the prediction really has a chance. And that is where we stand with the Six Nations so far. 3 more rounds to go, and I cannot wait to see what happens this weekend. The news is here. Don't look at it in its eyes. Eben flipping Etzebeth is coming back to South Africa. And to the Sharks. They must have something like 50 World Cup winning Springboks in their team right now. And somehow they are still under the salary cap. I'm okay with it, if it means at least one South African team can compete in the URC. Super Rugby Pacific has started again, and the Crusaders still look unstoppable. And there are still bubbles and COVID outbreaks and lockdowns, so it is already a strain to follow. Oh well. Zebre Parma of Italy seem to be scattering to the wind. Rumor has it that like 10 of their players are leaving next year. What this means for next year's URC campaign is still unknown. At least what it does mean is the Lions might not be the absolute worst, most useless rabble to support in the entire universe. And that's the rugby update for this week. I will see you all next week with another update, after the Lions have played Leinster away. Bye.